Okay, this is my modified power hammer. It's basically a Clay Spencer design, but it's got quite a few modifications. And the one I'm going to talk about today is the adjustable head. Unfortunately, I can't take any credit for this. I took this idea with permission from Dave Preston's site. I'll put his link in the description. Basically, it's a big clamp. It's 1/4 inch plate. I cut it to fit around the back upright tube. It's about 30 inches long, held together with heavy angle irons, and really there's nothing much more to it. These bolts here, they're loose and they're just a safety measure so that when you undo the clamps, you can undo them as much as you like, but the whole thing can't spring apart. It only comes apart just enough to let it rise up and down. Now this 1/4 plate came in a sheet and I just cut it to fit, and I put some shims in there when I welded it all up so that when I took it apart we had enough movement, and this was after I'd just done it. You've just got enough play. You don't need it sloppy, but you don't want it binding up. So I did one of those front and back. Obviously I did one bigger, the front one. I've left about, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch gap between the front and the back one. And then, as you can see, heavy angle iron to pull it together, top and bottom, and it works a treat. That's a bit of a close-up. Those clamps are just little bits of tube with a nut welded on one end and a bit of bar welded on the other, and a bolt welded through the angle iron. This is the other thing you have to modify. Your actuating arm for the pedal, because obviously when the head goes up and down, the arm's going to get longer or shorter, which will put your pedal right up in the air or down on the floor. So you don't want that. So simply modified this by putting a clamp in there. What else? Don't think there's much else. You just, once you've made your clamp, this is just a bit of heavy box section that I came out of scrap, and a 2-ton hydraulic jack. Standard bit of equipment. Let's see how it works. Dead easy. Just release the clamps. So you can release them as much as you like, but basically, because those bolts hold it in place. They'll only let it open sort of 1/8 of an inch or so, just enough to allow you to move it up and down. And you just undo the clamp on the pedal and pump away. Obviously, if you get to the end of your jack, you can clamp it up and either put another block in, or on this jack it's got a top that unscrews even further, another few inches. There's 6 inches there already, and that's at the bottom of its stroke. So we move it to the top of its stroke. There you go, good 8 inches or more there. And as I say, it will go up more. It'll go right to the top of the tube. It's just whether you can jack it up that far. Then you put your clamp on and away you go. Simple as that.